Don't believe this, but a criminal nearly seized power in ancient Rome. In a time when the Roman Empire stood powerful and seemingly unshakable, whispers of dissent slithered through the cracks. Miseries endured by the underprivileged fueled tensions. And amidst this powder keg atmosphere, an unthinkable name arose. Here was the story of Aulus Cimber, an individual with an astonishing ambition. An ambition that almost altered the course of Roman history. Rome was a masterpiece of military strategy, infrastructural prowess, and political intellect. But beneath its golden exterior lay festering discontent. Citizens witnessed endless wars, saw taxes rise unreasonably, and felt the weight of oppressive rulers who were more occupied with personal gain than public welfare. The very foundations of Rome were conservatively mentioned as a mirage, projected to keep order while chaos brewed silently underneath. Aulus Cimber was no stranger to this dissatisfaction. Born to an impoverished family on the outskirts, he had witnessed hunger, neglect, and the daily struggle for survival that encompassed the lives of so many. But unlike others, his eyes sparkled with defiance rather than defeat. Cimber dreamed not of survival, but of a leadership role where he could dismantle this oppressive structure. To many, it seemed implausible, ridiculous even, how a common man could dream of such lofty ambitions. Aulus, however, possessed a charisma that was both disarming and intoxicating. His speeches were rife with passion and promises. The street corners and bustling market squares became his podiums. Through his words, he painted a vivid tapestry of a Rome free from the shackles of tyranny. Aulus's reputation began to grow, and soon his influence became undeniable. From humble merchants to disgruntled soldiers, the ranks of his followers swelled. They were united by a singular cause, a Rome where the needs of the many were prioritized over the greed of the few. But Cimber was not just a dreamer. His plans were methodical and precise, built on a foundation of careful preparation and cunning alliances. He tailored his support not only among the urban poor, but began tactfully approaching key figures within the Roman legions. Calls for loyalty resonated deeply, challenging their allegiance to rulers far removed from the grit of Roman streets, trying to persuade them with ideals rather than mere commands. To Cimber's followers, the possibilities seemed endless. Within a few years, his movement transitioned from whispers in dimly lit taverns to serious discussions within the Senate's chambers, a place many thought would never entertain such a radical idea as overthrowing the current order. But the elite were not blind to this burgeoning storm. Julius Pultus, a senator famed for his cautious pragmatism, saw in Cimber a danger greater than the barbarian hordes at Rome's borders. Pultus understood that an average individual, when fired up by conviction, could rally the multitude and create change that would spiral beyond Washington's control. Yet, for all of Cimber's tactical brilliance, it was his ability to empathize that drew many to his cause. Stories of his compassion flowed freely. Tales of him sacrificing his comfort for others' relief endeared him to the hearts of many Romans. It wasn't long before tales of his deeds and ideals shadowed the whispers of sabotage, espionage, and subterfuge, elements that crept into the shadows whenever the powerful felt threatened. But no movement for change escaped scrutiny for too long. Soon, the reigning powers, sensing a shift in the wind, decided to act. A plan was devised, a trap using one of Cimber's trusted allies as bait. It was a decision poised to unravel the intricate web Cimber had spun over years. Saturatus, a soldier whose loyalty Cimber never questioned, was chosen for this deceit. Cunningly cracking the ice of trust, the senators promised Saturatus strength, wealth, and status if he agreed to betray Cimber. The night of the planned trap was cloaked in deceptive calm. As Cimber moved with certainty, assured of his rising tide of support, he stepped unknowingly into the snare laid before him. With a haunting echo of loyalty turned treason, Saturatus' betrayal surged through Cimber, piercing deeper than any sword. As armed men encircled him, Cimber, for the first time, witnessed the fragile line between dreams of reform and the brutal reality of power. The revolt crumbled with Simba's capture. Rome's powerful elite tried and sentenced him to disgrace, quashing not only the revolt, but the spirit it emboldened. Yet, his story did not end here. In chains, Simba's trials became spectacles, but amidst the jeers, his dignified defiance shone blindingly. Witnesses spoke of how, though the revolt failed, Simba's ideas endured, becoming a legacy concept that inspired countless rebellions. This was the takeaway. One man's defiance, no matter how athwart, sparked a wildfire among the Roman populace. His vision, though thwarted by betrayal, lit up imaginations and initiated eventual dialogues within the very Senate that once dismissed them. Simba's legacy, rather than his fall, created ripples that scholars state contributed to various reforms in the later chapters of Rome's sprawling story. So, the next time you think about Rome's unmatched dominance, remember Aulus Simba, a name that challenged the settled norms, a criminal whose whispers of change resonated through history long after his voice was muted. The legend of a simple man, the force of aspirations, and the timeless conflict between power and ideals. An enduring narrative that Rome's illustrious tapestry couldn't ignore, and neither should we.